Tell me, what do you usually do when you feel down?
When you feel down?
Yeah, feel down. Yeah, feel sad, feel down.
When I feel down, I find someone to as my close friends or my mom or my sister to talk what I feel. I talk to my husband how I feel now, yeah, and I think they all the time they can help.
Yeah, of course, very good. And tell me about something like, so of course, you know that some people have some addiction, like, I don't know, they do something like regularly. So it can be anything, can be listening to music, can be, for example, I don't know, eating too much, can be, so everything can be a kind of addiction if you can't control and if you don't have any control on it. So tell me about, first of all, do you have any addictions or have you ever thought about something as an addiction? And do you know someone who has actually an addiction to something?
Addiction?
Addiction.
Yes, yes,
Addiction, of course. Let me
addiction.
share. Let me share the screen to type on the braid. Okay. Addiction. When you do something without having control, you do it a lot. So it can be, for example, I do addiction to social media, eating too much, or I don't know, addiction to drug. So everything can be. So this is after.
Oh, I heard my husband told me that his father um his father yeah, was his father got an addiction to alcohol
Of
when
course.
he was young. When my husband was a child, um, because he um, because his father job had no job. The government changed from this to another. I changed the way to change for like the change from uh, Biden to Donald Trump in Vietnam. Like at that time, the government changed, and his father worked for the former government, and he had no job and uh, in the new government. So he started addiction to alcohol, and his family and his it pushed he pushed his family into poverty.
Of course.
Yes, and every problem came uh, and his mother uh, is the one to suffer uh, uh, the um, to suffer to suffer the everything like my father-in-law got drunk and hit her after being drunk and and he didn't take care his children as yeah, and my husband's family uh, um, worked in very terrible situation and condition at
Ah,
that time. Yeah.
at that time, of
Mm.
course. So it's like, so for actually he worked in the government. So you can say in or for, both of them prepositions. And then, so after changing government to new one, actually he couldn't find a good position. So he couldn't work anymore. So it was like, started drinking alcohol and became addicted to alcohol. So, and of course, so this situation put maybe the family under really bad and negative situation and condition. So it's, and so what happened? So finally he could control,
Yes.
he could
Uh,
fight.
yeah. He controls totally now. He
Very good.
he is a very good man now.
Yeah, very good, of course. So we can say that he battled successfully against. So like it's like fight. So
But I think it's prolonged for um more than 10 years, about 20 years.
ah,
20 years. After 20 years, he recovered
of
and
course
he
of
recognized.
course.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a long time. Actually, it's not really easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. Yeah, battled. Like, like fight, he fought. Yeah. Well, okay. So the word that you can use, you can have addiction. You can have addiction to something. So, or for this addiction can be any addiction, like drug addiction or drink addiction, like, or for example, any food addiction, so everything. Well, okay, let's get started. Okay. The first one, of course, so you know that this is actually like um, medicine, as you can see, that normally, especially, and unfortunately, in dimorphin, you know that morphine is
Uh,
something that, yeah, of course, especially for really, really bad and severe pain, like it's really strong painkiller. So we can, here we can say that it's painkiller.
thank you, Nancy.
Yeah, of course, a strong painkiller, dimorphin, and
Yeah.
so morphine or dimorphin, of course, they're slightly different, but you can use both of them. So, but they're slightly different. And normally, especially, they're used for, I don't know, like cancer and some severe illnesses. So to control pain. Well, so one of the reasons he's so often on another planet, so, but some people, as you call it, because he's taking dimorphin to kill the pain. Unfortunately, so you know that they have some side and negative effects as well. So it's like maybe you are not conscious anymore. So because you feel like sleepy, so because of I don't know like substances in it, like I don't know. And but sometimes there is no other choice, and some people unfortunately have to take. Well, so the next one, that is dilute. What is the meaning of dilute? It's like, for example, you have a liquid. and it's really like heavy, thick liquid. Now you can make it weaker by mixing something else. For example, you have a juice, then you add water. So you make it weaker before you drink it. So that is the meaning of dilute that can be used as a verb. And actually, why we do this? To reduce the strength of a feeling or taste. So, we do this to reduce the strength of a feeling, action. Okay, or sometimes, for example, taste. Yeah, of course. Well, and this is the meaning of dilute. So you can dilute the juice with water before you drink it, or you can actually do it like to reduce the strength of something. So when you have a thick, but here means when you have a thick liquid and you want to make it thinner or weaker by adding, dilute, of course, dilute. And crave, this one. When you want something greatly, or we can say want greatly or desire eagerly. Parents may want to spend time with their children or desperately crave a break from them. So crave means strong feeling of wanting something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
my daughter grated chocolate.
Oh, I know most of people. So it's like most of people, they don't have any control, especially when it comes to chocolate and sweets. Well, okay.
Parents may want to spend time with their children or desperate create a break for them. Desperately create a break from them.
Desperate.
Desperate.
Yeah.
Desperate. Desperate. Far away. This how desperate.
Desperate, like, actually, when you say something is actually, something happens desperately in a way that shows you are frightened or ready to change a situation, to do anything to change a situation. So, for example, she used to fight desperately for her life. So, of course, she was scared, but she did anything to change a situation. So, desperately, in a simple word, means to try a thing to change a situation.
Desperate. Desperate.
Well,
Desperate.
okay, yeah, of course. Yeah, because when you say you watch Desperate, so let me say something, Desperate Housewife. So you watched the movie, or you might, heard the name, Desperate Housewife. When you are desperate, that is an adjective. it means you lost all hopes. Now, we have an adverb that means you lost everything, so you try to change the situation. So the adjective desperate means having lost all hopes. For example, if you are desperate for food, like, it means you are starving, you're hungry, possibly about to die, but you don't eat, so you are desperate for food. You are in a desperate situation. It's like a really bad situation. So this is an adjective. And wow, the next one. Lace. So, as you can see, to add alcohol or drugs to food or drink, often secretly, so that is lace as a verb, of course. Well, it's like, sometimes, let me say something. It can be used because we have slang, that is lace. And it can refer to being intoxicated on such a drink or drug. So we say. So it has different meanings here, we're talking about addiction. So to add drugs
It's
to
a
drink.
gram.
Yeah,
It's
of course.
a 1
Of course.
gram.
Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. And Dang was wrong because she accidentally drank a glass of coffee laced with brandy. So it's like because it laced with something. So this is passive. So someone laced it with something. And quirk. Quirk. So quirk means something unusual or sometimes can be interesting that happens by actually, I don't know, like by chance. Each man, actually person in this office has a quirk that makes them unique, an unusual habit, or something that makes something else, it can be interesting. A part of someone's personality or something that is strange or unexpected. So something unusual. And the adjective, someone who has quirk, is called quirky.
Mm.
That means unusual. Quirky.
Okay. Quirky.
Yeah, quirky, of course. Like, odd, strange behavior or character.
Mm.
Yeah,
Behavior and character.
yeah.
Each main person in this office.
I'm sorry. Each
Each main persons in this office had a quirk. Have a quirk.
quirk, of course.
Quirk. Has a quirk.
Quirk,
That's not
quirk, quirk, quirk,
quirk.
quirk,
Quirk. Quirk. Cookie. Quirky. Quirk.
quirky, yeah, of course. Quirky and quirk.
My son sometimes he quirky. He is quirky.
Quirky, of course. Yeah, teenagers especially. Sometimes they do something really unusual. So, wow, what is that? Well, okay.
Yes.
Well,
Quirk.
so let's make some sentences using this word. Okay. Diamorphin.
Um. Do you want to try the diamorphine once? Uh, uh, yeah. Do you want to try it once in your life?
No, never. I'm a bit old school. I'm a bit old school.
Yeah.
Never ever. No, I can't.
Yeah.
So as you know, I need my brain a lot. Never
Yeah.
ever. So, and you know that I don't
Just
drink.
once.
I don't
Just
drink.
once.
No, no,
Uh-huh.
never. And I don't drink. So of course it's
Ah,
like, ah, of course, I need my brain. And I work a lot. So no, never ever. It's like just coffee. That is too
like
much.
me.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I don't think so. I will try it. Uh, and I can drink. I can't drink
Of
like
course.
you.
Of course.
And every day I usually dilute a lemon juice with water and sugar to make a very nice drink.
Detox, of
Very
course.
nice.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Very good. So you dilute. Very good.
Mhm.
And crave.
Brave. Uh, I um, I don't crave anything.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Don't
If
crave.
everything is normal, I I try. I try. I can eat um most of dishes.
Yeah,
But
but there is
just
no
wait.
strong desire. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So you eat, but it's not really that you really want. Yeah. Well, and
Uh,
lace.
yes. Um, lacing is one of the ways to uh, the bad way, the bad way of lacing someone
Intoxicated. So,
in, intoxicated.
of course, intoxicated.
Uh, intoxicated. What does it mean?
When you are affected by, for example, drink, drugs, alcohol, so that is intoxicated. So some people, yeah, lacing is of course the way that you can make someone intoxicated. So they become affected. So they now, for example, okay, someone drinks something and like coffee or anything else, but they have no idea about, I know what in it. So they are affected, they become affected by alcohol or drug that is intoxicated.
Mm,
Like drunk. If I want to give you a simple word, I say drunk.
yes. Good. To be safe, to, to be to be safe. Don't go out with a stranger um, uh, who can lace you
Of course.
uh, intoxicated.
Okay, so who can, so here, lace you in, no, this way, no. Because when you
Mm,
say that, the
uh,
first part was good, okay? The first part was good. But when you say, for example, yeah, you can lace, or for example, you could be laced by someone, okay? And intoxicated.
yeah, and intoxicated. Yes. Okay.
Well, and quirk.
Mm, Sometimes feel I feel worried about my son because of his quirk. Quirk.
What he's doing. What they actually this is really normal. When yeah, my teenager, that's really normal. And
Two
they
days,
actually, yeah, they're like, you
yeah,
don't
two
understand. Mom,
days
you,
ago,
yeah.
2 days ago, he called me at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Vietnamese time. Yeah, he called me. While I and my husband were sleeping. He called at that time 2 or 3 a.m.
Oh,
and pick up um, I picked my phone up and he said that look at me, I am doing exercise.
oh, cute.
And
Oh,
this is your exercise you usually do in Vietnam. He he told me that he do he he does the exercise like me. Well, I
oh.
yeah, like I usually do in Vietnam.
And it's 2 a.m.
You too.
That's so
Yeah.
cute. Yes. Okay. And okay, that is really, and I want to know what your reaction is, especially you and your husband. So what do you do? Like, okay, go and sleep. That's done. It's enough. Yeah, it's so cute. Children are so cute.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, maybe he dreams, like, because it happens. So of course he dreams and then start
No,
doing something. Yeah.
no. At that time, in maybe at noon in the U.S. In the
Ah,
U.S., it's time as noon, and he is there. He is in California.
that's really good. That's really good, actually.
He he
Oh.
just he just got up and do
Ah,
exercise
of
in the
course,
morning.
of course, got it.
But
I was like, I got it. So of course he leaves now. Oh yeah, so it's normal for him. It's not normal for you.
yes,
Mom, wake up! I'm doing exercise.
and I told him that it was only 3 a.m. in Vietnam. He
What?
said that okay, you can go to sleep now. I will record it and give and send
Send
you
it.
the videos.
So cute. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, time difference actually. So I was like, at one moment I was like that, he lives with you. Then I figured out that, well, oh, he lives in the US now because you have time difference. That was noon. It's not, yeah, got it. Yeah, actually, it's so cute. So really good. So just working out, doing exercise. So that's perfect. Healthy mind. That is yeah, really healthy because when
Yeah.
you leave somewhere else without your parent and you think about working out and doing exercise, that's perfect. So encourage him, I think,
Yes.
to do more. Yeah. Okay, well, and so what do we have? Oh, what kind of addiction are these? Oh, so computer games, drug, shopping. This one is a good one, actually. Shopping addiction.
Shopping
It's like,
addiction.
yeah, of
Okay,
course.
addiction. Shopping
Yeah.
addiction. And gaming, video games addiction, smoking addiction, smoke
Which one is the
addiction.
worst one, you
Which
think?
one?
Which one is the worst one, so you think is really bad?
Oh, maybe smoking. Oh,
Yeah.
gaming. I think game and
Gaming,
smoking.
of course. Smoking, yeah. Yeah, of course. And so we have shopping
The
here. Yeah.
the last one.
The
The
last
name
one is
play
called
card
gambling. Playing
or
cards.
gamble.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course, like gambling. Addiction to playing cards.
gambling,
Gambling.
gambling. Addiction. Yeah, in Vietnam there are a lot of people
Yeah,
get a
it's yeah,
gambling addiction, and
of
the
course.
family
They
and
bet
their
money.
family goes in poverty too. They bet
Card
money on
games.
card. Yeah.
Of course, they bet money in card games like poker. I don't know, like blackjack. They're different. So, and it's general addiction. Like we have gambling. Wow. Okay, so I think yeah, just all of them. But shopping can be okay if you have money, so no reason if you're addicted to shopping. So it's okay. But about games, unfortunately, and we have unfortunately, and social media is really, really, yeah, important nowadays. It's really, we can say, crucial
Yes.
situation. Most of people are addicted to social media. Like you spend a
Social
lot of time,
media
yeah, of
is
course, social media without doing anything special, just watching, just checking. And the first thing that we do, unfortunately, is checking our phones. So like, when I woke up, just wake up, just, oh, let's check my email, it's not really good. But unfortunately, negative side of modern life. Okay.
yeah.
Well, we have a watching actually, it's not listening, so it's the widow. So first of all, let's read. I hope this actually video is related to these questions. And did the people given diamorphine as a treatment get addicted to the drug? How different were the rats' behavior when they were put in the rat park compared to when they were caged? According to Bruce Alexander Equipment, what causes addiction? So let's watch the video together. Then we will talk about it. Just one moment.
What causes?
Okay. Ready to watch?
Yes.
Okay.
What causes, say, heroin addiction? This is a really stupid question, right? It's obvious, we all know it. Heroin causes heroin addiction. Here's how it works. If you use heroin for 20 days, by day 21, your body would physically crave the drug ferociously because there are chemical hooks in the drug. That's what addiction means. But there's a catch. Almost everything we think we know about addiction is wrong. If you, for example, break your hip, you'll be taken to a hospital and you'll be given loads of diamorphine for weeks or even months. Diamorphine is heroin. It's in fact much stronger heroin than any addict can get on the street because it's not contaminated by all the stuff drug dealers dilute it with. There are people near you being given loads of deluxe heroin in hospitals right now. So at least some of them should become addicts. But this has been closely studied. It doesn't happen. Your grandmother wasn't turned into a junkie by her hip replacement. Why is that? Our current theory of addiction comes in part from a series of experiments that were carried out earlier in the 20th century. The experiment is simple. You take a rat and put it in a cage with 2 water bottles. One is just water, the other is water laced with heroin or cocaine. Almost every time you run this experiment, the rat will become obsessed with the drugged water and keep coming back for more and more until it kills itself. But in the 1970s, Bruce Alexander, a professor of psychology, noticed something odd about this experiment. The rat is put in the cage all alone. It has nothing to do but take the drugs. What would happen, he wondered, if we tried this differently? So he built Rat Park, which is basically heaven for rats. It's a lush cage where the rats would have colored balls, tunnels to scamper down, plenty of friends to play with, and they could have loads of sex. Everything a rat about town could want. And they would have the drugged water and the normal water bottles. But here's the fascinating thing. In Rat Park, rats hardly ever use the drugged water. None of them ever use it compulsively. None of them ever overdose. But maybe this is a quirk of rats, right? Well, helpfully, there was a human experiment along the same lines, the Vietnam War. 20% of American troops in Vietnam were using a lot of heroin. People back home were really panicked because they thought there would be hundreds of thousands of junkies on the streets of the United States when the war was over. But a study followed the soldiers home and found something striking. They didn't go to rehab. They didn't even go into withdrawal. 95% of them just stopped after they got home. If you believe the old theory of addiction, that makes no sense. But if you believe Professor Alexander's theory, it makes perfect sense. Because if you're put into a horrific jungle in a foreign country where you don't want to be, and you could be forced to kill or die at any moment, doing heroin is a great way to spend your time. But if you go back to your nice home with your friends and your family, it's the equivalent of being taken out of that first cage and put into a human rat park. It's not the chemicals, it's your cage. We need to think about addiction differently. Human beings have an innate need to bond and connect. When we are happy and healthy, we will bond with the people around us. But when we can't, because we're traumatized, isolated, or beaten down by life, we will bond with something that gives us some sense of relief. It might be endlessly checking a smartphone, it might be pornography, video games, Reddit, gambling, or it might be cocaine. But we will bond with something because that is our human nature. The path out of unhealthy bonds is to form healthy bonds, to be connected to people you want to be present with. Addiction is just one symptom of the crisis of disconnection that's happening all around us. We all feel it. Since the 1950s, the average number of close friends an American has been steadily declining. At the same time, the amount of floor space in their homes has been steadily increasing. To choose floor space over friends, to choose stuff over connection. The war on drugs we've been fighting for almost a century now has made everything worse. Instead of helping people heal and getting their life together, we have cast them out from society. We have made it harder for them to get jobs and become stable. We take benefits and support away from them if we catch them with drugs. We throw them in prison cells, which are literally cages. We put people who are not well in a situation that makes them feel worse and hate them for not recovering. For too long, we've talked only about individual recovery from addiction. But we need now to talk about social recovery, because something has gone wrong with us as a group. We have to build a society that looks a lot more like Rat Park and a lot less like those isolated cages. We are going to have to change the unnatural way we live and rediscover each other. The opposite of addiction is not sobriety. The opposite of addiction is connection. This video is a collaboration with Johan Hari, the author of the book Chasing the Scream, The First and Last Days of the War on Drugs. He was very kind to work with us on this video to spread the word. We recommend that you give the book a try. Our videos are made thanks to your support on patreon.com.
Wow, that was really good actually, and it was really interesting, I think. What do you think about it? So first of all, did you get the whole and the general meaning, so what they wanted to actually talk about in the video? So did you get?
The meaning of the video,
So,
the negative effect,
so it
the
was,
bad effect from addiction.
yeah.
Um,
No, actually, yeah, of course, about addiction, but it was mostly about the why. So actually, the theory of rats was really interesting, especially about rats. They knew actually, I don't know, it's not no brain like human being. So, but that was really interesting. For a lonely rat, the best
mhm,
way to get rid of that condition is to drink toxic water, so laced with drug. But when they live in a rat park, like, with lots of rats, they can have this actual, like, a social life with all the rats, maybe happily better. So they don't tend to drink that one. So they don't tend to drink drug, like, to get drug, but they drink normal water. So actually, the video maybe the main idea of the video is that, so the way that your lifestyle, the way that you live and you have connection with other people can affect your addiction. So especially the example of actually the war between the US and Vietnam. So most of American soldiers became addicted because they were alone. So maybe that was the only chance, like, just get rid of that thought, just negative thought, without family, without maybe you're dying just now, you will die, So, but then when they return, they could get rid, they could recover.
Yeah.
Well, so the first question, did the people given diamorphine as treatments get addicted to the drug?
Yes.
In
the
hospital?
hospital, the people are given diamorphine as a treatment.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Of course. But look,
But
let's show.
not addict.
Of
But
course.
they did not addict to the drug.
Of course. Of course. They won't become addicted. And how different were the rats' behavior when they were put in the rat park compared to when they were caged?
Mm, they happier.
So, of course. Of course. That is quirk behaviors. Yeah, of course. When the rats in cage, so as you just watched, so it was like a test in rats. So they wanted to know if they drink normal water. So normally they should drink normal water because they're animals. So it's like you so. But when the rats were alone, they actually tend to drink drug. So of
Yeah.
course, of course, water laced with drug. So but when actually they were with all the rats in rat park with, I don't know, maybe having sex, being happy, I don't know, eating, playing, so they didn't want anymore. So they drank normal water. There was no yeah, of course. So I want to say that if you have a happy life, if you are in good relationship with other people, so of course you don't tend to maybe drink or I don't know to become addicted. But loneliness maybe is the base and foundation of being addicted.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you agree?
I believe it. I agree with it. I saw my I saw that some people around me, yeah, they addicted to gambling or
Yeah.
to games or to alcohol when they feel lonely. They
Yeah.
feel lonely.
And you know,
Or are
yeah.
they have an unhappy family. They have the parents divorce. Yeah.
Of course. So it's really important, because of this, we should be, especially when you want to break up or I don't know, you want to get divorced, it's really important to consider the condition, like, of your children. So how they think, how they actually, I don't know how, maybe is the reaction to this issue, if they can accept, if they can have a normal life, that is really important because it can have a really significant impact on their future life. So we need to study, we need to take the actually best action in order to tackle this issue. That is really important. And I definitely agree. But there is another reason. So let's talk about the second reason. Yeah, we know that bad family condition can cause addiction, but How about another actually side? We have people, rich people, super rich, especially wealthy people who have what they want easily and quickly. Any kind of entertainment, I don't know, like trip, traveling, so everything, facilities, but, and we see, for example, some celebrities, fame, they become addicted. So how about this one? It's not about, it's like, for example, they're living normal family with very, very rich. I'm talking about, the high level of money. So it's like, what do you think about this one? Because we have people and they become addicted. So what do you think about this one?
The people have a lot of property. They are rich, but I think, they are lots of happiness. Maybe they don't have happiness. They don't
Yes,
have. They have emotional emptiness.
of course, of
Or
course,
you look. They uh, look like happy or rich,
of
but
course,
actually they are stressful. They are there are a lot of things to worry, um,
of
and
course,
maybe they they have a very they have uh, visceral visceral they have something in the past, um, not good in the past. Uh, they have a unhappy experience in the past.
of course. Like human trauma. Yeah,
Yeah.
of
From,
course. Of course,
mm,
trauma, like, they actually traumatized by something, like it was like really maybe negative, bad experience in the past. Yeah. And you use the word visceral. You use the word visceral. So
visceral,
it's something,
yes.
yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like instinctive. Yeah, got it. It's something visceral, like maybe
Visceral,
sadness, unhappiness. Yeah, of course. Like there is nothing intellectual. Like, yeah, I
yeah.
get it. Yeah. Well, so maybe, of course, maybe the family background or maybe some roots in past childhood. So it can happen like this. So as you said, having money doesn't mean that you're happy. So of course, like, it doesn't make you happy, of course. Well, and according to Bruce Alexander's experience, what causes addiction?
Lonely.
Of
The the
loneliness.
loneliness. Uh, they don't lack of connection.
Of course. Lack of connection.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, that's not a Bruce Alexander. That's my my I think.
Yeah, of course. Your opinion is exactly the same as Alexander. So
Oh yeah.
because, yeah, of course. Loneliness and lack of connection. Of course. He said, so according to the widow, of course.
Mhm.
So it makes people, when people are not happy, when they're lonely, when they don't have healthy and good relationships, of course, they are into danger and the risk of being addicted more and actually more and more. So you have the same opinion. Yeah. Well, and Watch the next part. We don't have the next part. I'm sorry. So, but I will find it because it's a good actually. So watch the next part of the video to see how will Bruce Alexander theory applies to human. So I think, yeah, of course we watch. So I will watch if we have the second part. I will try to find. Now we don't have it. Well, and as you can see, just let's check together. We have different types of addiction. So as we talk. Tobacco, alcohol, drugs, and heroin. So just drug. Okay. Prescription. Oh, Coke. Oh, I do like. What are the food? That is really, food. What do you think about food addiction? Because, we talked about drugs, like, but what do you think about food addiction?
Yes, maybe. Yeah. Someone like eating, and I think they got food addiction.
Yeah, of course. And do you think it's something mental related to mental health?
Yes, maybe it's mental health.
Of course,
Cause that may cause addiction.
of course. Wow.
Using internet to make games as well.
Of
I
course.
think I I have to turn off my phone some hours a day because I am afraid that I take the email or message on my phone
Of
uh,
course.
so often.
Yeah, of course. It's like, we need to, because it can easily turn into an addiction, but we don't understand. Yeah, we don't figure out, and suddenly we see that, wow, it's a kind of addiction that we can't control it. So especially phones. So if you take your phone everywhere, so we see that some people just even when they are, I don't know, in shower, so they take their phone. So it's a kind of addiction. But actually, we don't take it really serious because it's okay, normal phone, just phone. But it can be because it can affect your life if you
Yes.
don't have it.
How
So,
many how many hours you use phone per day?
uh, I use a lot, not phone, mostly my laptop. But at the same time, I can say that during my working hours, because I have to, and it's like maybe it can be, no, it's my laptop, it's not my phone. My laptop, about sometimes 10 hours a day, and during not only day, night and day. And my phone, no, I try not to use it, especially
Mm.
so when of course, when I actually finish my work, it's like, just I leave all them. So for example, I put my phone next to my laptop, close my work, actually the door of my office, and just leave. Just, for 1 hour or sometimes 2 hours, don't listen to anything. Even if, for example, you call me, I don't want to check because I need to rest. It's like, my mind is like just exploding. So I think 1 hour, and then again, if someone want to call, for example, I ask my friends not to call me a lot because, after my working hours, I feel like it's too much. I can't talk anymore. So I think, okay, just, doing some listening to music, sometimes reading a book. But unfortunately, or fortunately, so this is a part of my life. So I have to, I spend about 10 hours on my laptop every day.
Yes, too much. But it's
Too
your
much.
work.
Of
Yeah,
course,
it's your work.
but it's in a good way. Not only, for example, when I have time between my classes, I have 30 minutes. I search and I read. But, for
Yes.
example, yeah, I read, I try to, if I want to see something, or for example, reading a part of my book. So it's actually I'm trying to make a bad thing to a good one. So it's like, yeah, of course, using a lot of technology, maybe it's not, but it's my work. So even I go out, I need to do this.
Okay. Yeah. Can I see the next slide? What is it? Why should someone choose to be addition? And the
Of
next one?
course.
And the
Neglect.
next one, please. Yeah.
Do you want me to send you
Okay.
screenshots? You can have, why not? So, because there are some suggested answers that you may use. Do you want me to send you screenshots?
Yes.
Of course, yes.
Oh, okay. Or not, you can slide like this. You
Of,
can.
of
Okay.
course.
And that's the last one. And the next.
This is the last one.
This is the last one. Okay. Yeah.
Of
So
course.
you can pause the slide, pause the video, and I
Ah,
watch it.
okay. But if you
Okay.
need,
Thank
I
you.
can easily take screenshots and send you. If you
No,
want,
no, I
okay.
can. I can read. Yeah,
So,
I can watch it.
okay, well,
Okay.
so,
Thank you.
okay. Again, it was really good time with you and have a great and wonderful day.
Yes. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.